Have you ever wondered what the last thoughts on your mind should be before you drift into sleep each night? Imagine if, instead of ending your day with scattered thoughts and worries, you could close each day with a sense of purpose, calm, and clarity. What if you could turn your evenings into moments of reflection and empowerment, allowing you to rise each morning not burdened by yesterday, but strengthened by it? This is what the Stoics, great philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, did, and you can too. In this video, we'll dive into 7 Stoic practices you should incorporate into your nightly routine to help you close each day with mindfulness, intention, and tranquility. These are not mere rituals, they're transformative habits that have the power to shape your character, your mindset, and ultimately, your life. As you listen, think deeply about each of these practices and consider how they can fit into your life. By the end of this video, you will have a powerful toolkit to end each day with purpose and grace. Let's explore these ancient wisdoms together, starting with reflecting on the day's actions, and by the time we're done, you'll have all the tools you need to wake up tomorrow with a renewed sense of clarity and focus. 1. Reflect on the day's actions. How often do you lie in bed, your mind racing with thoughts about the day? What if, instead of being overwhelmed by the events that have passed, you could learn from them, grow through them, and find peace in their resolution? The Stoics emphasized reflection as a core part of their philosophy. They believed that life presents us with countless decisions each day, and through those decisions, we shape our character and, ultimately, our destiny. At the end of each day, it's essential to reflect on the choices we made, both the good and the bad, and ask ourselves the hard questions. Did I act with wisdom and kindness? Did I let my emotions control me? Where did I allow my ego to take over? Reflection is not about self-criticism, but about growth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, regularly examined his own actions, constantly striving to align them with his virtues. He asked himself whether he acted according to his values or whether he allowed external influences to dictate his behavior. He believed that we should regularly assess our actions because it helps us improve, little by little, every day. Take a moment each night to think back on your interactions. Did you treat others with respect? Did you listen to understand or just to respond? Did you allow fear or anger to dictate your reactions? Imagine if, instead of avoiding these tough questions, you embraced them as opportunities for learning. Now you might wonder, why is this reflection so important? The answer lies in the Stoic belief that we are the architects of our character. By understanding our daily behaviors, we become aware of the patterns, both constructive and destructive, that influence our actions. Maybe today you realized that you avoided a challenging task. Was it out of laziness or fear of failure? Did you engage in a disagreement without seeking a productive resolution, allowing your ego to dominate the conversation? When you reflect in this way, you gain insights that can transform your future actions. And that's the point of reflection, not to dwell on the past, but to use it as a stepping stone toward becoming a better version of yourself tomorrow. As Epictetus, another great Stoic thinker, once said, "We cannot learn without pain." In other words, growth often comes from confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves. The power of this nightly reflection is that it helps us wake up with a clearer mind and a stronger sense of who we are and who we want to become. You no longer stumble through life, reacting mindlessly to external events. Instead, you actively mold your character, ensuring that tomorrow you are a little wiser and a little more resilient than today. In the next section, we'll explore how you can prepare for tomorrow's challenges, not with anxiety or fear, but with Stoic calm and resilience. Stay with us, because this next practice will teach you how to face life's uncertainties with unshakable strength. 2. Prepare for tomorrow's challenges. Are you ready to face tomorrow with clarity and resilience? Or do you find yourself worrying about what the future holds, caught up in the uncertainty of what might happen? The Stoics taught us that while we cannot control what will happen, we can always control how we respond. This is where the practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, comes into play. It's about preparing for challenges, not with fear or anxiety, but with calm and reason. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect." When we fail to anticipate difficulties, their impact is far greater. However, by mentally preparing for obstacles, we are better equipped to handle them when they come. At the end of each day, before sleep, take a few moments to think ahead to tomorrow. What challenges might arise? Perhaps you have a difficult meeting, an important decision to make, or even an unexpected confrontation. Instead of being overwhelmed by these possibilities, visualize them clearly in your mind. Picture yourself in these situations and ask yourself, how will I respond with wisdom and calm? What can I do to maintain my composure and stay true to my values? This isn't about dwelling on worst-case scenarios or creating unnecessary stress. It's about building resilience. When we visualize the challenges ahead and practice responding with grace, we become better prepared. Consider this. If you know that a difficult conversation is likely to happen, instead of dreading it, imagine yourself handling it with patience and poise. Picture yourself listening carefully, responding thoughtfully, and keeping the conversation constructive rather than letting it spiral into conflict. Now, what happens if things don't go as planned? Perhaps the meeting goes worse than expected, or the decision doesn't work out in your favor. The Stoic approach reminds us that while we cannot control outcomes, we can control our reactions. In the face of setbacks, we have the power to maintain our inner calm. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles themselves can become opportunities for growth and learning if we approach them with the right mindset. Ask yourself, how can I use this challenge to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? This kind of mental preparation not only lessens the emotional blow of life's difficulties, but also empowers you to see every hurdle as a stepping stone toward personal growth. As you adopt this nightly practice, you'll find that each morning you wake up not fearing the day ahead, but ready to face it with clarity and calm. You are no longer a passive victim of circumstance, but an active participant in shaping how the day unfolds. You carry within you the Stoic strength to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. In the next part of this journey, we will explore the profound power of gratitude and how embracing it each night can transform your mindset and your life. But first, remember to stay with us through this entire video to fully understand how these practices work together to create a life of Stoic resilience and peace. 3. Express gratitude. Have you ever paused at the end of a long day to truly appreciate the simple, quiet moments that made it worthwhile? Or do you find yourself rushing from one task to the next, barely noticing the gifts that each day brings? The Stoics believed that gratitude was not just a fleeting feeling, but a deep, philosophical stance. It is the lens through which we view the world, one that allows us to see abundance instead of lack, beauty instead of imperfections. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reflected on the things he was grateful for, from the simplest blessings to the greatest lessons learned through hardship. Gratitude is a practice that grounds us in the present moment. Every evening before sleep, take time to reflect on the day's events and focus on what you are grateful for. It could be something as small as a kind word from a stranger, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or even the air you breathe. The beauty of this practice is that it teaches us to find joy in simplicity. The Stoics believed that contentment comes not from acquiring more, but from appreciating what we already have. Ask yourself, what are the moments today that I can be thankful for? Did I experience joy, even in small ways? Did I learn something new, even through a challenge? These questions help shift your focus from what went wrong to what went right, from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude also transforms our perspective on difficulties. The Stoics taught that we should not only be thankful for the good things, but also for the challenges and adversities we face. Why? Because it is through hardship that we grow stronger, more resilient, and wiser. Every obstacle carries within it a lesson, and by learning to be grateful for these lessons, we free ourselves from the grip of disappointment and frustration. Imagine how powerful it would be to look back on a tough day and, instead of feeling burdened by it, to feel grateful for the opportunity to grow. Seneca once said, "A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not." Gratitude teaches us that true wealth lies not in possessions or external success, but in our ability to appreciate life as it unfolds. Incorporating gratitude into your nightly routine allows you to end the day on a positive note, no matter how the day went. It reminds you that, despite the challenges, there is always something to be thankful for. Over time, this practice rewires your mind to focus on the good, fostering a deep sense of peace and contentment. Before we move on to the next practice, I encourage you to reflect. What are you most grateful for today? Let me know in the comments below. Your insights could inspire others on their own Stoic journey. In the next section, we'll talk about how reading Stoic texts before bed can deepen your wisdom and fortify your soul for the challenges of tomorrow. 4. Read from Stoic texts. What if, before falling asleep each night, you could spend a few moments in conversation with the greatest minds in history? What if, rather than scrolling through social media or being consumed by the day's worries, you could absorb the timeless wisdom of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, or Epictetus? Reading from Stoic texts is not just a nightly habit, it's a practice of deep philosophical reflection. The writings of the Stoics are filled with insights on how to live virtuously, how to overcome obstacles, and how to cultivate inner peace. These texts are not merely relics of the past. They are living documents that can guide us through the complexities of modern life, offering profound lessons that are just as relevant today as they were over 2,000 years ago. Take a moment to imagine this. As the day winds down and the world outside quiets, you sit in stillness with a book of Stoic wisdom in your hands. Perhaps you're reading Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, where he reflects on the fleeting nature of time and the importance of living in harmony with the present moment. Or maybe it's a passage from Seneca's Letters, reminding you that life is long if you know how to use it. What insights would these ancient thinkers offer you? How could their words change the way you view your own life? The Stoics believed that the pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey, and each day presents an opportunity to learn and grow. By reading their texts nightly, you allow their wisdom to seep into your consciousness, shaping the way you approach challenges and opportunities. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoic philosophy is its focus on control. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." This simple distinction between what is within our control and what is outside of it is at the heart of Stoic thought. As you read each night, you are reminded of this crucial truth, that much of what happens in life is beyond your influence, but your thoughts, reactions, and decisions are always within your power. Ask yourself, how often do you allow external circumstances to dictate your emotions? How often do you get caught up in things beyond your control, wasting energy on stress, frustration, or fear? The Stoics urge us to turn inward, to focus on our own actions and responses, and to let go of everything else. By engaging with Stoic texts each night, you internalize this wisdom, making it easier to apply in your daily life. Beyond control, the Stoics also emphasize virtues like courage, justice, and wisdom. As you reflect on these values, you can begin to align your actions with them more intentionally. Each night, as you read and absorb these teachings, you prepare yourself to act with greater virtue and purpose the next day. It's not about perfection, it's about progress, about becoming a little wiser, a little braver, and a little more compassionate with each passing day. Make reading from Stoic texts part of your nightly routine, and over time, you'll find that these ancient teachings become a part of you. They will guide your thoughts, shape your actions, and help you navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. Next, we'll explore a practice that may seem paradoxical in our hyper-connected world: the importance of disconnecting to reconnect. 5. Disconnect to reconnect. In today's world, we are constantly connected. Our phones buzz with notifications, social media updates flow endlessly, and news cycles seem to never stop. But what is all this connection really doing for us? Do we feel more grounded, more at peace, more connected to ourselves? Or do we feel distracted, anxious, and overwhelmed? The Stoics, though they lived in a time without smartphones or the internet, understood something deeply important. True clarity comes not from constant engagement with the world, but from moments of deliberate withdrawal. They knew that in order to find wisdom, we must create space for reflection and introspection. In other words, to reconnect with our deepest selves, we must first disconnect from the external noise. Each night, make it a habit to purposefully disconnect from the digital world. Turn off your phone, close your laptop, and allow your mind to settle. Instead of being pulled in 1,000 directions by notifications and distractions, give yourself the gift of silence. In that silence, you will find the opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with your thoughts, your emotions, and the deeper questions that matter most. Ask yourself, when was the last time you sat in stillness without checking your phone or worrying about the next task? How often do you allow space for your mind to wander, to reflect, to simply be? The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes not from constant action, but from contemplation. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of retreating into oneself, finding peace and clarity in moments of solitude. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul, he said. Imagine the power of this practice. Each evening, as the day draws to a close, you disconnect from the endless stream of information and return to the quiet center of your being. In that stillness, you reconnect with what truly matters. You may notice your breath, the rhythm of your heartbeat, or the simplicity of the present moment. The more you practice this nightly disconnection, the more you'll find that your mind becomes clearer, your stress diminishes, and your sense of peace deepens. It's important to remember that disconnecting doesn't mean detaching completely from the world. Rather, it's about creating balance. The Stoics believed in engaging with life fully, but only after ensuring that you are grounded within yourself. By taking time each night to disconnect, you allow yourself to approach the next day with greater focus, clarity, and intention. Now, before we move on, I'd like to hear from you. How do you plan to incorporate this practice into your nightly routine? Do you find it difficult to disconnect from technology? Let me know in the comments below. Your reflections could inspire others to rethink their relationship with the digital world. Next, we'll talk about another essential Stoic practice: learning to release what is beyond your control. This simple but powerful shift in mindset can transform the way you approach life's challenges. 6. Release what is beyond your control. How often do you find yourself worrying about things that are out of your hands? Whether it's the outcome of a project, someone else's opinion of you, or even global events, it's easy to get caught up in the uncontrollable. But what if I told you that this very habit of clinging to what is beyond your control is the root of much of your stress and frustration? The Stoics were clear on this. Peace comes from recognizing the limits of our control. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, taught that there are two categories of things in life: those we can control and those we cannot. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them, he said. This understanding is at the core of Stoicism and is the key to cultivating a serene mind. Each night, as you prepare for sleep, reflect on the events of the day. What are you still holding on to? Are there worries or frustrations lingering in your mind? Ask yourself, are these things within my control? If they are not, then why carry their weight any longer? Imagine holding onto a balloon filled with all your anxieties and frustrations. Now, picture letting it go. Watch it rise and drift away, beyond your reach. This simple visualization can be a powerful reminder of the freedom that comes with release. By consciously letting go of what you cannot control, you create space for peace and clarity. Consider this. Maybe you had an important meeting today, and things didn't go as planned. You've replayed the conversation over and over in your mind, wishing you could change how it turned out. But can you? The meeting is over. The outcome has already been decided. The only thing left for you to control is how you choose to respond. Will you dwell on it, allowing it to consume your thoughts? Or will you release it, accepting that what's done is done? The Stoics remind us that holding on to things beyond our control is not only futile, but harmful. Seneca compared it to trying to hold back the tides. No matter how hard you try, you cannot change the course of nature. But once you accept that the waves will come and go, you can find peace in the rhythm of the ocean. This practice of release is not about resignation or giving up. It's about empowering yourself to focus on what you can change: your actions, your thoughts, and your reactions. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free up your mental and emotional energy to focus on what truly matters. As you let go of the day's stresses, remind yourself of this fundamental truth. No matter what happens, you are always in control of how you respond. This mindset, deeply rooted in Stoicism, allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace, resilience, and calm. In the final part of our nightly Stoic routine, we'll talk about setting intentions for the next day. This simple practice can help you wake up with purpose, clarity, and direction. 7. Set intentions for the next day. As the day draws to a close and you prepare for sleep, there is one more powerful Stoic practice that can help you end the night with purpose and set the stage for a productive tomorrow: setting intentions. In the modern world, it's common to think about goals in terms of tasks, to-do lists, and accomplishments. But the Stoics approached life differently. For them, the focus wasn't on external achievements, but on aligning actions with their core values, on living a life of virtue. They didn't ask, "What do I want to accomplish tomorrow?" Instead, they asked, "What kind of person do I want to be tomorrow?" Setting intentions is about more than just planning your day. It's about deciding how you want to show up in the world. What virtues will you embody? What kind of attitude will you bring to your interactions? How will you approach both the challenges and the joys of the day ahead? Imagine your day as a blank canvas. The Stoics believed that you are the artist, and each decision you make is a stroke on that canvas. What will you paint tomorrow? Will it be a masterpiece of patience, courage, and wisdom, or will it be a hasty scribble of frustration and distraction? As you lie in bed, take a few moments to reflect on the kind of person you want to be when you wake up. Perhaps you'll choose to embody patience, especially in moments of stress. Maybe you'll set the intention to practice kindness in your conversations, or to approach your work with focus and diligence. These intentions are not rigid goals. They are guiding principles that help you navigate the day with purpose. Seneca once said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Without clear intentions, We are easily swayed by the events and emotions of the day, drifting aimlessly from one task to the next. But with clear intentions, every decision, every interaction becomes an opportunity to align with your higher self. Ask yourself, what values do I want to embody tomorrow? How do I want to respond when challenges arise? By setting these intentions, you are giving yourself a compass for the day ahead, ensuring that you are not merely reacting to life, but actively shaping it according to your values. And here's the beauty of this practice. Even when things don't go according to plan, your intentions remain intact. If you set the intention to be patient and the day throws unexpected frustrations your way, you can still choose to respond with patience. If you set the intention to be kind and you encounter conflict, you can still choose to respond with kindness. This is the essence of Stoicism, recognizing that while we cannot control the events of the day, we can always control how we choose to show up. Setting intentions at night allows you to begin each day with clarity, focus, and a sense of purpose. Now that we've explored these 7 Stoic practices, imagine how powerful it would be to incorporate them into your nightly routine. By reflecting on your actions, preparing for challenges, practicing gratitude, reading Stoic texts, disconnecting, releasing control, and setting intentions, you can end each day with a sense of calm and purpose, and wake up ready to live each day with wisdom and resilience. As we close this video, take a moment to reflect on these Stoic practices. Which of them resonated with you the most? Can you see yourself incorporating them into your nightly routine? Remember, these habits are not just about ending your day well, they're about transforming your life through the wisdom of Stoicism. If this video helped you gain new insights, be sure to leave a comment below and let us know which practice you're excited to try first. Your reflections can inspire others on their Stoic journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on Stoicism and how it can help you live a more intentional, peaceful life. By sharing this knowledge, you help spread the ancient wisdom that can bring clarity and calm to so many others. Thank you for watching, and may you find serenity in the stillness of each night and strength in the teachings of Stoicism. Until next time.